Okay, and here we are set up with the lovely new Lenovo Yoga 27UD-10. Is that the right number? That's right. Beautiful thing. It looks glossy because it's got the protective cover on. Over here, we have, this is a review unit. This is a review unit. Sadly, they both have to go back. This is a Lenovo ThinkPad P16 Gen 3 with an Blackwell 5000. So it's an absolute revolting monster of a ThinkPad. It's just so powerful. Anyway, so this has a 4K OLED screen. So the nice thing is this is also a 4K OLED screen. So when I'm going and hooking up, this laptop here to an external, I'm not losing quality. Okay, let's have a quick look at the actual specs on the website. Now, it's not on sale. It's a brand new release. It'll go on sale eventually. Just be aware. Oh, it's almost gone 3 left. I mean, these are nice monitors. So professionals, I mean, there's not a lot of options. I'm going to be honest. There's not a lot of options on the market for like good, high quality professional screens. You're paying a lot for professional screens because of professional screens, right? It's just the way that it is. We get a 26.5 inch OLED, 4K, 120 hertz refresh, which because it's an OLED, you also get really good response time, 0.3, so very good. You get access to FreeSync, you get access to G-Sync, so it's going to support whatever GPU you have, amazing. 7 watt, you have, damn it, no wonder it's so bassy. You have 4 woofers and 2 tweeters. Okay, so it's a sound system, 4 times integrated microphone. I should just record the whole video on this thing. Okay, full contrast, obviously, massive color space, 99% DCI-P3. It looks like it's slightly even higher than that. Yeah, these are all ratings. So these are professional ratings, like even for Adobe, if you do professional graphic design. And then we do have our calibration rating here. Again, this professional screen, that's why I'm covering this stuff. You have an average Delta E rating under 1 at sRGB and Adobe sRGB, and under 1.5 at DCI-P3. Okay, and here's the back of it. We can see there's lots of good ports here. Let's get some light. So we have HDMI, DisplayPort out. So you can use this as a screen, like coming in. That's your power in. The nice thing is it does use an external power brick, like a Lenovo slim tip charger. That's a good thing because if something goes wrong with the charger, with the power supply, it's external to the device. So it's not going to be a problem there. USB 4. Very good. Love to see that. USB 10. So that's going to be good for like docks, super high speed NVMe enclosures. These 10 gigabit ones are also going to be good for NVMe enclosures, that kind of stuff. And even the USB A are also 10 gigabit. So all really nice fast ports on that. So you love to see that. So we have here the monitor. It looks good. Right now we're running over HDMI. You can see the USB-C is loose just because I want to test the USB-C just like straight up. Just chest and peripherals and that, because it's 40 gigabit. So you can hook this up, like you can hook in the display over that if you don't have an HDMI. If you have yourself like a MacBook or something like that, especially like MacBook Air, that kind of stuff, they don't have HDMI. And so a lot of laptops these days don't have HDMI. The thinner ones don't have HDMI. Stuff like a high-end business machine or a high-end professional like engineering level ThinkPad, of course it's going to have HDMI, but doesn't mean you want to use it. Some people will actually just use that. However, you can also use this for peripherals. There's full gloss, or like mirror reflectivity on one side, very common for OLEDs nowadays. Then there's full matte, which has like a true anti-gloss coating, which has its benefits and negatives as well. And then there's something in the middle. So full gloss is going to be incredibly vibrant. It's going to almost look like wet. The colors look wet, if that makes sense, very saturated, but it's also like crazy reflective. You have full matte, which is the opposite spectrum, where you do get a little bit of a muting of the colors, even with being an OLED, all that. But then you have almost no reflection. So it's a good middle ground. Then this year, I'm seeing a lot more of these middle ground ones from Lenovo, which I love to see. The P16 here has a middle ground screen in terms of reflectivity. Previously, some of their OLED laptops had like full matte, which is great. You get no reflections for professional settings, but it actually can decrease the vibrancy. And of course, a full glare is not going to make sense, especially on a professional laptop. You're going to be in like businesses outside, bright rooms with overheads, and it'll drive you crazy. This is middle ground. So what happens is you can see there's a little bit of reflection. See that there? That's a giant bright window, which normally on a full gloss screen would be like it would be a mirror. You'd be seeing a mirror here, right? Can you see me in here? Not really, right? So even with those black areas there, you do have a good handling of reflectivity. And that's the good, let's bring this down slightly. That's a good middle ground, right? When you get not full mattifying where it kind of kills the colors a little bit, but you also don't have this mirror, which on a professional, this is clearly intended as a professional product. Like that's its segment. So we get the little nipple style control here. Look at those blacks though, man. Like obviously I'm not talking about the fact that it has absolute blacks because it's an OLED, we know that. But look at that reflection. There's like none other than that window. And I'm talking, that's a it's a bright ass day outside. Let's just go like that. Like, can you see me? I don't know. On the mic or the camera, it's small. I can't see myself at all in there. So, I mean, that's already a win, because one of my biggest critiques with OLEDs is typically that they're either super matte or super glossy. So yeah, that's really nice. So it's in DCI-P3. I'm going to show you this in a second. Actually, let's do it right now. So the camera here might not pick it up well. It's just the way that it is. We'll try. But if I come down here, look at that red. It's, hopefully you can see it on this camera. It all depends on the camera. And your screen. Of course, if you don't have a DCI-P3 screen, this won't necessarily work. But there's DCI-P3. See how the sRGB, it doesn't necessarily get washed out, but it takes a little bit away from the red and a little bit away from the green. If you look at the color space of a screen, DCI-P3 pushes further into that red, whereas sRGB is just a little bit lower. Also on the greens, but especially in the reds where you notice it just pushes a little bit more into that red. So you can represent a slightly more rich royal red type color with DCI-P3, which means, you know, if you're doing things like consuming media, the games, TV shows, it's going to be, that's the preferred. I prefer it in most cases just because it looks so damn nice, but it's preferred. However, technically it is potentially oversaturated. Like this here, this green here, again, the camera might not pick it up, but that's like so green. And it's potentially slightly oversaturated. Maybe, it's hard to say. I mean, maybe those leaves are that green, but I don't know, man, those are some green ass plants. Okay, so we're just going to play through these here. These two different things side by side. This one will show off the rich reds in the DCI-P3 color space. Again, potentially slightly over exaggerated, but that's okay. Incredibly rich here. Over here we have those rich blacks, like absolute blacks. The OLED's turned off those pixels, so you get absolute black, no light coming out. But again, it's a pretty anti-reflective screen, so you're not seeing me in. It's so nice. Like, it's actually so nice. This is, I mean, what monitor is gonna have a nicer screen than this? Like, actually, like, take a moment and think about it. With all the other professional stuff and all the nice and you know, this and that with the screen and that, which screen is going to have, which monitor is going to have a nicer screen than this? I'll wait. Put it, if you think of one, put down in the comments. I don't know, man. Like, just the raw image. I'm not talking about all the other good stuff like the speakers and this and that and all the other amazing things about the screen. I'm talking about just the screen, like the actual panel. Find me a better one. Okay. It's amazing, obviously, very good. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick audio test here. I'm not gonna put it super loud because it is actually going to be legitimately loud, but I'm more interested in the richness and fullness of the audio, so let's go. Okay, so 100 is way loud. For a screen that's right in front of me, even 30 is like pretty loud. Down slightly. Man, are those ever nice speakers. Wow. I mean, it's a Yoga Pro. I use a Lenovo Yoga 9i Pro laptop, and it's basically probably the best Windows laptop. Like this, the MacBook Pro 16-inch is something else. Like, it's just that one little level above. But the Yoga 9i Pro from Lenovo is like crazy good speakers. If you ever watch my videos, you hear me rambling about it all the time. So I would hope and I would expect that the Yoga Pro monitor has that, and it's obviously way better here, obviously, because you have a 6-speaker setup. You have 4 woofers, and then you also have your tweeters in there too. So it sounds so good, so good. So that's an incredible audio setup there. It's amazing. If you need very good audio, I mean, again, professionals, right? Like, you're not going to be hooking up audio, like, you're not going to be hooking up a sound system to this. You could, but there's absolutely no point in doing that. This thing is crazy on its own. So you just have this nice, beautiful, clean setup, no extra nonsense needed, and this thing is just going to be an absolute banger when it comes to audio. So very nice. Let's continue on. Okay, let's check out this webcam. So we have a lot of light over here on this side here, not so much there, quite a bit above, and a fair bit behind because I'm in my office here, and it's looking pretty good, right? This is obviously far better than a laptop webcam, far better than a laptop webcam.
generally speaking, it's the same type of webcam that I would like pay money for. I'm not a professional streamer or anything like that, but I do have instances where I stream. I have instances where I have like camera screen capture, and I'll have like my camera on the front side there, and I do a lot of meetings. And this is obviously going to be a very good webcam. Uh, it's making me look natural. It's not not overexposing me, which is what you normally get with laptop screens. Even like low end or like mid range normal webcams will dramatically oversaturate or overexpose, so you get like really white and pale because they can't deal with it. It's doing a really good job. The actual camera is really nice. We'll see how it looks after, but I mean, I have a giant screen in front of me and I'm looking at the video.
Crystal disc mark test, nothing crazy. Moved to a new location, by the way, so just, being jarred. Just wanted to get a different lighting scenario here. This is a darker room now, and it just looks even more rich. I still have a nice bright overhead light, but it's just more rich. Just using one of the ports in the back. So now I'm actually outputting over HDMI. So you can see this is the HDMI cable. But what I'm doing now is I have the USB-C hooked up to the laptop. So now you can do both. You can do display and data, but I'm just using it only for data now. So if you had this hooked up to a desktop PC, a mini PC, a laptop, you can do that and still use the HDMI if desired. Use the HDMI for display, and then all the ports back there will be used for data peripherals, that kind of stuff if desired. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm still using the USB-C for data. It's just that I'm displaying over HDMI. And that highlights one of the important things about this screen here, move that over, is it's not just a screen, it's a full setup, right? So if you have a laptop, if you have a desktop, if you have a mini PC, whatever, it works as a hub. So you plug in your device over USB 4, Thunderbolt 4. You get access to multiple different storage options with those extra ports or other types of peripherals. In my case, I mean, especially if you're going with a laptop or like a mini PC setup, there's a mini PC back there, you're potentially limited in the amount of peripherals you can run, storage you can have. Plugging that in helps. So this mouse and this keyboard are actually running, off of the USB-A in there. I don't have to take up one of my laptops, especially if your laptop doesn't even have a USB-A. Many of them don't. And I can expand storage. Okay, so of course you can do some gaming. This is it's not a laptop test, but this is, just so you know, this is Cyberpunk at 4K Ultra. Just a heads up. But anyways, yeah, so I mean, you're going to be able to do lots of gaming on. Look at how rich that is, too. This is one of the reasons I went into the office here, because it's darker. And you can get all these really dark colors here. They're really popping off the screen, or lack of popping off the screen. I guess it's the depth of it, right? So you get all the depth from the blacks there. It allows the DCI-P3 color space to really pop off the screen, right? So you're going to get these really, really, really vibrant, reds, these bright, bold colors, even the accents there, everything's going to look absolutely fantastic. And then in the areas where it's black, it gives that extra depth of contrast. This is going to be the same whether you're, if you're consuming media, consuming shows, that kind of stuff, like you're actually watching something, you'll get that level of depth to OLED. That's why so many gamers now are getting into OLEDs. That's why people who are into like watching a lot of media and shows, the TVs are going into OLED, because everything does pop off the screen. My biggest issue with OLED is glare. That's my biggest issue with it. So a lot of times you get these OLED screens and they're crazy glare prone, which, I mean, if you're in a dark room, it doesn't really matter. But if you are in an area that has some light to it, it can cause problems. And we don't have that issue here, right? This is like a very well done anti-glare screen. And you can see here, like right now, we move the camera over, you get a little bit of brightness here. And then as you go off, the periphery darkening really does, like, it gives just the suitability of more depth, right? And then when you couple that with the brightness of the color, the vividness, of the colors here, vividness of the reds and all that, you do get a very, very, very vibrant experience here, and a very atmospheric experience is what I'll say. Very atmospheric. So it's lovely, right? So this is the I mean, we can probably wrap it up, to be honest. This is the type of screen you're going to get for really anything. I mean, it is very creator and professional focused, an all-in-one type solution where you get yourself... Right, so let's wrap it up here. This is a fantastic product. Yes, it's not going to be for everyone. If you were only a gamer, just a gamer, it still would be nice, because I mean 120 hertz refresh, G-Sync, FreeSync, beautiful OLED screen, high refresh, high response, and it's got that mattifying, but it still allows it to pop off the screen. But I mean, there are gaming OLEDs. Like I'm in like a bunch of reviews right now, and I literally just reviewed the Lenovo Legion OLED screen. So if you're just gaming, I mean, you buy that, right? Get the Lenovo Legion OLED because it's cheaper and it gives you the same gaming experience. This is not the same thing. This product here works as a full dock. You get access to that USB-C
with Thunderbolt 4 speeds. You can run all your peripherals off of there, extra storage, that kind of stuff, whether you're running it on a mini PC, a laptop, or even a desktop, right? You can use that, get extra connections right here. Fast storage, more peripherals, that kind of stuff. You know, this ThinkPad here does have a decent amount of connectivity. It's a high-end ThinkPad, but there are a lot of laptops out there, even in the ThinkPads, like some of the X series, those little thin ones, they don't have a lot of ports, right? They don't have a lot of storage on any laptop, really. So you can get something like this, come, you know, go do your work for the day, come home, sit down, plug it in. All of a sudden you get access to the extra storage that you need, making this a much more productivity focused machine. But even if you're not moving around, it's still going to be fantastic. Hook it up to your mini PC, hook it up to your desktop or a laptop as a primary. All that extra stuff is good. Then we have all the other goodies. Outside of the fact that it is a killer screen, we've already established that. You get access to, you know, the pop-in peripherals at the top right now. It has a webcam. There's options for things down the road. Who knows what they're going to add, but right now, excellent webcam. You do have access to that killer sound system in here. Like, I mean, for a monitor, it is by far miles and kilometers and hectares and acres and light years ahead of any monitor I've ever tested. It's like, it's not even comparable on how much better the audio is on this versus any monitor I've ever used. It rivals a dedicated setup. Like my desktop over here, I have a couple of dedicated speakers. This is better. Straight up, this is better. Much better. So, I mean, if you're a creative type, or even if you're just using it as, you know, consumption, obviously speakers are useful and nice, but having the richness of that is fantastic. If you're doing video editing, that kind of stuff, especially if there's music involved, if you are doing music production, crazy good, crazy good. I mean, what else could you want? Yes, it is a little expensive, but it's not like you're buying into crap, right? You're buying into top in class of every single thing, right? Like check it off, check all these things off, and then you're like, okay, right? Like you're paying for what you get. Of course, these do go on sale, right? You can always pick these things up on sale, that kind of stuff, and Lenovo has coupons all the time. I will put some links in the video description down below to this monitor. If I can find some coupons, I'll put them in there, whatever. Just so you know, I don't take any sponsors on my channel at all. I do let companies loan me things, but I don't take any monetary sponsors at all. So my channel survives on, YouTube doesn't pay very well, so my channel survives a lot on affiliate links. So if I can find, you know, Lenovo affiliate links, I'll put them in the video description. I don't know, like eBay, Newegg, whatever I can find, put it down there. If you are going to look at this, I do appreciate you guys using that. It helps it allows my channel to function. I'll put it that way. But yeah, you know, check it out. It's a fantastic thing. You can wait for a sale, or if you know, if you really want something, why not go for it? This one I can confidently say, you know, it's not going to be absolutely for everybody, but the people who it's trying to serve, like the market audience of this screen, it nails it. It absolutely nails it. And so this would be someone like me who wants the range from the creator side all the way up to the gaming side and everything in between. This is the type monitor I would get. It's a banger. It's an absolute banger.